Day 4. Bosh. Much better sleep last night. This little boy gave us a good couple of hours. To be fair, he was feeding for an hour last night with Emily, so that did make it a little bit tricky for her. But this morning he gave us an extra 2 hours. Which leads us into our first problem. We are running very late. It is 9 a.m. That is unheard of in our household. We have got stuff to do. So later on, I've got back-to-back things. I've got to sit down with a client. I've got another client that I've got a one-to-one with. Then I've got 4 sessions in a row to finish off our Friday evening. So all of that kicks off about 2. Yeah, we need to get to the gym. We need to get some stuff done. Today's going to be a bit of a challenge, but at least we're rested. Fresh. Chloe's going to come in and I guess the theme is, I don't really know how to word this, but it's how do we give ourselves the best chance of being able to do the stuff when we've sat down and doing the stuff.
Yeah, rather than, what did you say, it's going off vibes. Going off vibes.
Because I was saying that to these guys who are watching, who's just one person this morning. The problem is when I'm, even now, like today, I've got such a busy evening, I need to get the videos edited this morning. Yeah. So I don't then end up later on being stuck. The same concept is true when we sit down with Chloe. We don't want to be stuck going, okay, so what are we doing?
Yeah, and then nothing gets done.
So it's coming up with like prompts or templates, or I guess if you want to think of it wankily, like SOPs. For when we're ready to sit down and do them, we can get on and do them. Fair?
Fair, very fair.
Coffee time. There's a couple of things I want to try and do differently today. Number one is try to be a little bit more structured about what I'm showing you and what's going on, and have a bit more of a storyboard. I've noticed that obviously watching a lot of vlogs on YouTube, there are storyboards to it. So probably should have planned that yesterday, but we just don't know what the day's going to look like. I know what I've got coming up because my diary, so I'm going to try and show that a little bit. I want to try and add like a thumbnail to the front of it and a better kind of title and a better description. So just kind of like 1% marginal gains on the actual upload itself, and try to improve it every single day too, and think a little bit ahead. I've already done quite a little bit of learning. I'm very self-reflective. Unfortunately, that can be a positive and it can also be a negative. But a little bit of self-reflecting is on Wednesday I had all of my sessions in the evening, so the morning off, and then I was like back to back again. So it means that I need to get a lot of the editing done during the day, so that I can just film some clips in the evening, just stick them together, and then it's done and dusted, and I can just get it done and upload it to YouTube. On Wednesday I wasn't able to upload it until Thursday because of how busy I was, so I want to try and map out my day and not be like rigid with it, because obviously you can't be with a kid, but just be a little bit more aware of what's going on in my day and try not to juggle things. Hey buddy. Case in point, I'm now filming whilst taking him for a very rattly walk. Eddie's over there. When he's on the lead, I can't really film. Hey. And I keep having to pause the videos because I'm having to stop and just make sure Cozy's okay because he's making a lot of noise, or get Eddie on and off the lead. I'm really struggling to juggle things, so I'm trying to be really conscious about when I film, what I film, how I film, make sure that I edit it at the right times. It is all a learning curve. That was kind of the purpose of the 60 days. It was kind of putting myself in a situation where I'm forced to film, and I've made a commitment to 30 days and sticking to it, and what am I learning along the way about what's actually reasonable. Cozy again. And then remembering what I said last while he's crying, so this is quite a challenge, but yeah, it was meant to put myself under pressure to make sure that I'm filming every single day, and then, you know, I'm learning from that, and then kind of actually finding a way to make it work. I was using too many excuses before where I was like, oh no, I could film, but I'm busy and I've got this and Cozy, and I didn't want to do it anymore. I really wanted to find a way around it. The same as the business, I really want to find a way to make it work the way that we're trying to make it work. At least we said we tried. First principles thinking, right? It doesn't have to be done the way that everybody else gets it done. So we've got to just try and make it work. Stop thinking about our emotions when it comes to it and start thinking about solutions. Be productive every day, but I am also very understanding of the fact that we've got a kid, and that there are going to be some days like yesterday where we just get the minimum done, but there are still things that we can get done. Right, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna take him for a walk and actually enjoy it. Get Eddie to come back to me. Come here. And juggle these two things. So I'll see you in the car, I reckon. Car clips.
we've got an Emily cam. I am a very boring task. I'm going to the tip to run some bin bags there because we don't have like a bin collection at the gym because it's private land. So luckily the tip is about a 2-minute drive from us, so I'm just going to go there with the stinky bin bags. So yeah.
Hola. It seems like we do a lot of car updates, but we've just had a really good meeting. Josh and Chloe were both there, which is really good. I feel like we're quite productive when we do that, and what we ended up doing was setting a lot of context stuff as opposed to physically getting stuff done. But I think that's really important at the moment as we go through this transition of what the business was, which was me doing a lot of it, to now trying to get everyone else on board with what we're doing. So there's a lot of explanation, talking about the culture, talking about our belief systems, talking about our values, talking about what type of content we want to create, talking about the systems, so what we use to create content, how we're going to edit it, who's going to edit it, what days we're going to do what, focusing on how big we want to go with the content, do we need to have a budget for the content that we create, what's the point in doing the content, treating it like a funnel, what's the end result of having that content. So there's a lot of things that we needed to talk about so that everybody knows what we're trying to do with it, so the messaging is very clear every single time we create a bit of content. And that's not just Instagram content, that's stuff like this. There's a different purpose to this, like I said to the guys, but we do have plans of action in the next couple of days. So for tomorrow, as an example, we're going to do, just as a quick one, we're going to send a photo every hour on the hour into our group, and then we're going to compile it into this reel of what each of us does on a typical Saturday, every hour of the hour. So every hour on the hour. So Josh is off to Copenhagen to go watch a triathlon. Chloe's working at Folk tomorrow, and it's mine and Emily's anniversary tomorrow. So we'll obviously be doing stuff together. So it'll be quite a fun little way to do that. So yeah, we're just talking about the types of content that we're going to create, as well as in the future trying to make it bigger and better. We also discussed a little bit of the value system within the business. We don't really want to be too big. We're not trying to market to loads of people around. We just want to be people that deliver really good health and fitness for the people of Bury St Edmunds at this current time. And what does that mean? How do we do that? What does that look like? How do we establish ourselves as the place to be, whilst also maintaining and holding on to our ethos, which is we like being Bury's best kept secret. We like to advertise, we like to market, but we also realise how much that's costing us. So can we put that budget that we've just been spending into different ways of doing it? We believe so. So we're going to give it a good shot whilst also still doing what we're doing, but trying to minimise the cost to us. So yeah, lots to discuss, but it gets both of them up to scratch because they're both coming from different perspectives. Josh has worked in a traditional gym, and Chloe qualified as a yoga instructor. She's been working with us for over a year now, but now she's taking on more of a role within the business, so it's explaining a lot of what the business actually does. So yeah, a lot of talking, but it really is coming together. Emily said this earlier, it feels like we're taking a breath of fresh air with the team. It feels like everything's kind of like, okay, this person does fit really well here, and this person does fit really well there.
The smog is gone.
The smog is gone. And wow. And when we
I don't know how that sounds.
And when we do ask them to do something, they are both very good at getting it done.
Yeah.
So it's not like we need to just say, hey, get this done. We do really want to explain why they're getting it done, and I do truly believe that will give them more buy-in. So I haven't done any editing, which is obviously going to set me back a little bit tonight, but that's okay. I don't mind sitting there whilst we're watching. So I'll be watching Silo whilst editing tonight, so I'm okay with that. Too sure. Can we take this little pin, hold it here, across the wire. Hi, so we're going to finish off this video here because we've had a bit of an eventful afternoon. Well, I haven't, Emily has. I went to go see a friend, like I said, the investor in our business, and we were having a drink and we were talking about things whilst Emily was about to have a PT, but as she was on her way out of Tesco, someone smashed into the side of this car. Thankfully she's alright, she's okay, but the guy drove off. So we've got a little bit of a social media campaign. That sounds really wanky. I'm trying to find out who the guy is by asking our social media followers who he is. But yeah, a bit of a kick in the fucking nuts, isn't it? Thankfully, I had Cozy when we went to go meet this.
It was right on his door.
Yeah, so the offside passenger side door, it's got a big dent in it now. I guess luckily it was cleaned off. Luckily it's just a dent. It's still quite serious, and obviously this person has driven off after Emily was in front of them trying to flag them down, and they decided, yeah, they didn't want anything to do with it, which is the most frustrating part. So yeah, not happy. The rest of the day was obviously irrelevant then.
Yeah.
So I had a session. Well, I had 3 sessions to finish off the day. So we're just going to have dinner and then we're going to call it a day. So yeah, like we said, shit comes up, shit happens, distractions happen. We had a good day.
Yeah.
We had
a good day until then.
We had a good day. Sat with Chloe and Josh, did loads of like organising and sorting out what next week looks like. Like we said, a big part of what we want to try and create now is a little bit more thought that goes into the things that we're doing and trying to remove the barriers as much as possible. Similarly to this, what am I doing to make filming frictionless, or as frictionless as possible? But then when things like that happen, first of all, it puts things into perspective. Not everything matters. The only thing that matters is Emily's okay, because that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse with Cozy in the car. Thankfully he wasn't.
I think he could have shoved me into the other side of the...
Yeah, could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
So we're quite thankful. So yeah, we're going to end day 4 here. We're just going to go for a dog walk, but chill out. On to day 5. Like I said, I've got little things that I want to try and add to this video. And then day 5 is Saturday for us, and it's our anniversary today. So you get to see that. Day 5 done. Day 4 done.
Woo!
Day 5 coming.